My friends, welcome to NFL Draft Week, baby. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. I'm also going to ask you to join me today on location if you're a DFW local. We got some stuff going on. I'm going to give you the three guys most likely to be picked by the Cowboys in the first round, according to me. And this is brought to you by my friends at Bet Online, your number one source for all your basketball info, stats, news, and scores, latest odds and lines, player reports. We got the NBA playoffs going on right now, baby. They're your sports information headquarters at Bet Online. They got you covered. All your wagering needs: basketball, MLB, hockey, right to UFC, boxing. Fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games you can play right from home. Head to the website today or use that mobile device. Be sure to use our promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, and get that 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. All right, is anybody in here? Party at Jeff's. Yeah. Boo, 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 boo. Jeff has something to say. I have time to listen. My go-to guy. Oh, thank you, Cameron. Can we get Laporta in the third? I'd love Sam Laporta in the third. That would be freaking wonderful. I don't know how quick all these tight ends are going to go. They play tight end, so they may not go that fast. But there are a whole bunch of good ones. All right, what I'm going to do? Screw Jeff. Screw me. Forget my opinion. Guessing at what the Cowboys are going to do. We're going to guess at what the Cowboys are going to do. Candidate number one, most likely to hear his name called from the Cowboys. Quick update on the new dog. I did not get a new dog because my dog's vaccinations aren't up to date, or I forgot what vet they went to, so they denied my application. So I'm not fit to be a new dog owner. Okay, so the three guys that I think are most likely to hear their name. One, we've talked about him a lot, Michael Mayer, Notre Dame tight end. It's an awesome tight end class. He's the most well-rounded of the group. And now reading multiple people saying they don't think the Cowboys will pass if he's available. So we throw Michael Mayer, Notre Dame tight end's name into the mix because he can run block. He could be a safety blanket for the quarterback. He's a good player. He's a good prospect. You're not going to have me getting mad at him, yelling at him on this video, okay? Because I'm trying to tell you the most likely guys to be picked by the Cowboys. Most likely to be picked by the Cowboys, number two, I'm going to throw the name Quentin Johnston in the mix. And this one depends on how do these receivers come off the board, because I still see him some places in mock drafts going in the teens. I see him some places going in the 30s. So Quentin Johnston, because Stephen Jones mentioned him by name because he was asked about this wide receiver class. And, hey, these guys aren't the big guys. These are little guys. And he's like, well, TCU guy ain't no little guy now. He mentioned him by name. He was on the 30 visit list. So there are ties to him. Michael Gallup's wide receiver spot is probably the one they're the most worried about. So if you're looking for an X, then Quentin Johnston is name number two that I would like to throw at you as a potential Cowboys first round pick. Name number three. What did I do? Mayer and Johnston. Will McDonald the fourth. Iowa State pass rusher. They screwed him at Iowa State a little bit, and he still had pretty decent production. But he's like a 240-pound guy, and they had him lined up on a three-man defensive line. Like, what the crap are we doing here? But in the NFL, he will not be lined up like that, and you'll have a guy with super long arms and a really nice get-off that can win outside and be a really good pass rusher. Dan Quinn worked him out at his pro day. He's on their 30-visit list, and so bang and bang and bang. Mac asks, would you take Nolan Smith over those three if available? Pair him with Parsons. I would take him over all three of them. Yes, I love Nolan Smith. I don't know if they do. I don't know what's going to happen. Nolan Smith is a 240-pound pass rusher out of Georgia that didn't get to tee off and rush the passer at Georgia, so he ends his year with 3 sacks. And some people tell me that he's not a really good pass rusher. I tell you what, he has the one thing that Will Anderson's missing, and that is the bend. Nolan Smith could turn the damn corner. I love Nolan Smith. If we could get him at 26, I would throw a party. Now, Josh asked a question that'll take me to the next portion of this broadcast. What are your top three that could be there? It's a wonderful question. The only rule is I try to be realistic with it. My favorite three picks at number 26, and some of these could be realistic for them as well because multiples of these are on their 30 visit list. But my favorite picks for the Cowboys at number 26 would be defensive tackle Kalijah Cansey. He is small, for a defensive tackle, but he has the one thing that every Cowboy defensive tackle on the roster is currently missing, which is explosive ability to win in the backfield and sack the quarterback and make tackles for loss. Osa has some of it, but never really turned into kind of what you would hope. Kalijah Cansey is going to be an interior player in the NFL. He's out of Pitt. Did I tell you that? Defensive tackle out of Pitt, 280 pounds, 6 foot. So he doesn't look like a defensive tackle. And I try not to say the name Aaron Donald with him because that's cheating just because they went to the same school and they're undersized. There's only one Aaron Donald. There only ever will be one Aaron Donald. He's the greatest defensive tackle to ever play the game, maybe. But Kalijah Cansey is he's a miniature D tackle that is hell on wheels that people can't stay in front of. So he is one of my favorites if he makes it to 26 to be the Cowboys pick. Jeffrey favorite number 2 to be the Cowboys pick at number 26. I put these on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. Just look up my name, Jeff Cavanaugh. I went with Cansey. Emmanuel Forbes, Mississippi State corner. 14 interceptions in 3 seasons, 6 pick sixes in 3 seasons. That's absurd. 6 touchdowns on interceptions in 3 seasons. But as you will see, that's 2 names in a row that I love because I love the guys who Dave Hellman told me are broken prospects or have something wrong with them. Kalijah Cansey's small. He has short arms. He may not check all their boxes. Emmanuel Forbes is 166 to 170 pounds. That may be a box that doesn't check for some NFL teams. But Emmanuel Forbes, he does miss some tackles, but it's because he just flies right by because he's just trying too hard. He doesn't miss a bunch of tackles because he's light. He misses a bunch of tackles or some tackles because he goes, yeah, and then they move. But he is physical. Ball skills for days. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. But maybe I just love the broken prospect. I want the little defensive tackle and I want the skinny corner. And number 3 of my favorites, I'm going to cheat because I'm going to give you 2 names. Both Zay Flowers, Boston College wide receiver, and Jordan Addison, the USC wide receiver. They're both kind of smaller. Zay Flowers is kind of shorter. Jordan Addison's kind of skinny. But Jordan Addison is a lot like Devontae Smith coming out where people are going to be like, he's 170-something pounds. He can't beat the press. And then I'll be like, hey, watch tape because they beat press all day long. So I'm not worried about suddenly them being 12 pounds lighter than you would like. And that means that the NFL is going to beat them up because if they were going to, it would happen on tape. And then Zay Flowers is a kind of little but big. He's kind of rocked up, short guy that is just so explosive, runs like hell. So one of those. Give Me Cash says, and it's a super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Jeff, I'd rather keep building the defense and try to make it elite. Get your offensive guard and go heavy on D. That's possible too. Like I would love to throw a guard in for the most likely picks for the Cowboys at 26. I just don't know if they're going to get there and have a guard be at the top of their board because they are good about plucking from the top of the board and being cognizant of not reaching down there. And Stephen Jones talked about this, I think yesterday on the flagship home of the Cowboys, some station I used to hang out at. And the second round is when you start not being totally true to your board because he talked about the way they grade it, which I think he said like a 1-2-1 or a 1-2-4. And those grades aren't too far off. They're both top of the second round grades. And so there you will start factoring in like, okay, but is he going to get on the field? Does he play a position that we need? How does our room look with that position? But when you're talking about 26th overall, you're ideally going to have a guy that on their grading scale is 1-1 something, which is a first round grade. And you're not going to reach for a second round grade when you have a first round grade available. So that's that. Flowers or Robinson if the pick is there. Am I drunk? Who's Robinson? Hold on, you're going to make me pull up my board. Flowers is my number 3 wide receiver. Robinson. Looking for a name Robinson. What am I missing? Oh, Bijan. Oh, where are my grades? I have them both as 1-2s. So I have them graded about the same. Wide receiver is way more important than running back. Bijan is better at his individual job than Zay Flowers is. Man, that would be a great debate if you're on the clock with both of them available. I might take Bijan. I'd probably take Bijan. Darnell Washington, tight end 1. And I love that Darnell Washington was a visitor and that the Cowboys have talked about how they want their tight end to be able to block. That lends itself to Darnell Washington, the big old 6'7", 270-pound You could take him. That wouldn't be no problem. We have to move up for Bijan in the teens. If they trade up for a running back, it'll be next year. You'll hear me talking about the Eagles draft or something because I'll be done. We ain't trading up. You do not trade up for a running back. If one falls in your lap because the league has changed and a top 5 player or top 3 player is available at 26 and you take him, okay. If you give up multiple picks to go get a damn running back, I'll fight somebody. Did you share your draft board this year? I can do it right now. Let me see. How do I do that? Share. Anyone with link, copy link, done. I'm going to put it in the chat. Doesn't Darnell scare you a little? Not really, because Darnell Washington is like, I know he can't totally bust because I know he's going to be an incredible tight end blocker. That's done. And I know that he's an incredible athlete. Will he ever be a super nuanced wide receiver that you're going to trust all the time on 3rd and 6? I don't know. But he could damn sure run up the seam. He could damn sure shoot to the flats. He could damn sure just get the ball to him and watch him be hard to tackle. Darnell Washington does not scare me, no. Skoronski's the only guy I would move up for, to be honest, on Twitch here. Jenkins. I love Skoronski. Northwestern offensive tackle, maybe guard in the NFL, but he should be a top 10 to 15 pick faux show. Faux show. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to hit you guys with that. Oh, and tell you that if you are in the DFW area, I would love it if you would come out and see us at the Brass Tap in Richardson today. Myself, my friend KT, my friend Matt Cather. We're doing our Draft Daddy show, which is on 97.1 The Freak from noon to 1 on location. And if you're out of the listening area, that's cool too. Noon to 1 Central Time, you should get on your smartphone and you should download the iHeartRadio app and listen to 97.1 The Freak, and you'll hear our show on your phone. Draft show today on 97.1 The Freak and the iHeartRadio app from Blue Dabs. I love that you super chatted to make sure I promoted my show. You monster. I just don't love this draft. Agree. I kind of hate this draft. I just want to pick a bunch of guys around pick 30 to 50 or 30 to 60. Watching Jeff from a Miami Beach hotel, top of the morning to you. Go drink. It's time. Bijan will never be there at 26. Probably not, and that's fine. He plays running back. He's really good at it, though. All right, everybody have a good day. Those are the 3 most likely and the 3 that I would like, plus some chat, party, fun. I'll catch you guys on the radio in a couple hours. Love you. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool.